Hello, welcome to Consciously Healthy. I'm Claire.
And I'm Laura.
And how are you today?
I'm good. I'm looking forward to this podcast because you told me this piece of information first thing this morning and it was so profound for me it made me cry. So yeah.
Like
on that note,
oh God, deliver it well.
Deliver your wisdom. Off you go. So we're gonna. I've set you up. How are you?
Nervous now. No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm going to talk to you a bit about manifestation. It's something that I absolutely adore talking about, and I am the queen of manifestation, am I not? I really am. And you know, manifestation is it's a bit of a watchword kind of now in the, you know, with spiritual junkies, people who are, you know, on the spiritual pathway. But actually what manifestation means is that we are the co-creators of our life, and it's kind of, you know, really taking this theory that our inner world reflects our outer world to the nth degree, because, you know, we can literally create the world that we want to see around us. And I remember seeing a phrase, which is, you know, if we know from a quantum physics perspective, and I am no quantum physicist as my rocket scientist father would attest to, but, you know, the entire world, everything, all matter is just made of energy. That's all we are. It's just molecules of energy. Why can't we co-create it? You know, if this table that we're sat in front of is just energy creating a solid form, it's just molecules vibrating at a different frequency to the air around us, why can't we co-create? Why can't we? And I learned a lot about manifestation through work I did with theta healing, the fabulous work of Errol Campbell, who is, I am very blessed to say, is a great friend and mentor, and also the work of Mike Dooley. And so, I mean, a lot of people find out about Mike Dooley via The Secret, and, you know, The Secret's great and it's a great place to start, but Mike Dooley drops into things a lot deeper. And, you know, the problem with The Secret is it's kind of, well, you can eat the donut, but if you kind of really believe you're not going to get fat, you're not going to get fat, you know, keep going with the donuts. And Mike Dooley's like, well, you've got to meet the universe halfway, you know, you've got to actually start knocking on the doors, taking baby steps. So what I started to learn was, if I really truly believe and see the outcome that I desire, then it comes to us. It's called the law of attraction. It has no choice but to come with us. It's actually I'm told, an unshakable law of physics. So it's like one of those things that if you stub your toe, you go, oh, I'm having a terrible day. Just thing after thing after thing starts to happen. And it's because you've dropped in the belief into your brain that it's a bad day. So our reticular activated system and our neural pathways start to look for data that mean it's a bad day. And actually I had an experience of this a couple of weeks ago. I was actually having a great day, a really, really great day. And there was a series of events and I could just feel my staff going, oh, it's a bad day. And I was like, no, it's a really good day. By the end of the day, I literally felt like I'd beaten her up a bit because so many different things happened. But I just sat there at the end of the day and went, it's been a good day. Stuff's just happened to me. If I'd have thought it had been a bad day, I could have by the end of the day gone, oh, I'm so pleased that day's over with because it's just been so awful. So it's all about our perception. So I am really happy to do more talking about how manifestation works and to give guidelines. But the basic kind of thing with manifesting, what you have to do is truly believe that what it is that you want has come to you. And it's something we were talking about earlier, that a lot of people focus on material things. So we'll go along with that one, right? We'll go along with the material thing. And I remember a couple of years ago, I was manifesting a new car and I really wanted a convertible. And one of the learnings I had from Mike Dooley was, you know, you go and start living your life as if you already have this thing. So he's not saying go and spend, you know, 40 grand because you know, if you can't afford it, but start living your life as if you had it. So actually what I did was I went and bought a really nice headscarf, because I was going to have a convertible and it's terribly glamorous to have a convertible and a headscarf. So I went and bought a nice headscarf. And so I started living my life as if I already had the car. I did get my car, it was great. And this is the kind of thing. So if we start living our life, so it might be that you want the promotion at work, you might want, you know, maybe start doing your work as if you've already had the promotion. Start acting like the person that you will be when you've got this promotion. And then stuff starts changing. I really do recommend Mike Dooley's work. It's called Manifesting Change. Brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. He's really great at describing how and why and, you know, what to get involved in and what not to get involved in. But what I learnt this morning, last night actually, what I was telling Laura this morning was really profound, and it's the work of Gabrielle Bernstein, and I've been reading her book Spirit Junkie, and it's a really great book, and she was talking about, she talks about our inner guidance system, and ultimately when we're manifesting, ultimately we're not asking a great entity out there for my car or for this promotion. We're actually asking it of ourselves. We're asking it of our kind of the existence that we're living in now. That's what we're asking. And so she was talking about our she calls it our inner guidance. And, she being very clear that this work is not religious. It is purely about spiritual awakening and spiritual enlightenment. And she said that one of the most profound things that she's ever done is to get down on her knees and to pray to her inner guidance. And the reason for that, what really resonated with me is having never got down on my knees and prayed. Well, I mean, I did at school chapel, but I've never ever kind of, as an adult decided spontaneously to get down on my knees and pray. And I'm not a Christian by any stretch of the imagination. So it kind of was a bit like, wow, really? But there was something about it that resonated. And for me, it was around having humility. That it's not about having some God out there that is going to decide whether or not I have something. It's about that actually my inner guidance, wow, that's got some serious divine majesty to it. It's pretty awesome. So if me, as a physical being with an embodiment of an ego, if I can actually take my ego and I can bow before the divine majesty of my inner guidance, that level of humility, that kind of humility deserves the kind of perception that I was asking for. And this really tapped into the beautiful work of the beautiful Errol Campbell. And I remember I did a great interview with him in Bali a couple of years ago, which is actually available on our website, balancewellness.co.uk. And if you go to free inspiration for practitioners, it's actually in there. It's an inspirational interview, part of a series of when we interview great practitioners. And he was talking about one of the most profound things he learned on his spiritual journey is about prostration. And this, literally lying down, face down, arms outstretched on the floor in service to the divine majesty that is the collective unconscious, that is, the energy of all humanity, and looking for guidance from it. And so there's something that really touched me, and I think that's what touched you about.
Oh my God, I love it. It's just, this piece of information has landed at the most beautiful time in my life. And I have always struggled with manifestation, and I think it's because I was coming from a place of ego. So it's the I want, I have, I am kind of energy, which is usually around, having material things. Yeah. And there was just something, I really see the value in manifestation, but it's never quite sat with me properly. It's like I've been missing a piece of the jigsaw puzzle. And when you said that this morning, it's like I've learned, particularly I'm learning now, that every time I have an image of what I want my life to be like, and I get manifesting and I get creating, it never quite fits. And there's something about this where I can allow myself to become really humble to the energy of the universe, the collective unconscious, whatever it is, myself, the divine in myself, and bow down and just surrender to that rather than trying to create something. And you said something really lovely this morning, which was, if you can get out of the way of yourself, so you can step away from what that ego wants. and then start becoming aware of things that are trying to come into your life. So a book that is standing out on a shelf, or if someone mentions someone 3 times, then you it's a calling. The universe is trying to bring you into something. And I really like it's not me creating something. If I am to surrender to this and just ask for guidance from this really humble, beautiful place, then magic will happen. And I have been looking for this piece of the jigsaw puzzle for years. So that's why I had a good cry about it.
And so just to be really clear, it's not like we're, in that place, I'm going, oh, please, in guidance, find this. It's like, I am meeting it as an equal, but just from a place of humility. So I'm looking for guidance.
Really honouring it and how incredible it is. And
absolutely.
There's a real surrender in there for me, which is...
So if you've got any questions about manifestation, then you can put them in the comments below and get in touch. And remember to subscribe for more juicy information next time.